Chapter 1, what is good? Happy New Year. It's been a while since I've had my hands on a whiteboard. This is today's Thursday top tip. Now, before you swipe on, or I'm not interested, I've heard all this before, be patient, listen, because there's a lot to discuss here and a lot of really helpful information. But basically the top tip is find a structure. Now there's a lot of things to talk about, but first and foremost, structuring your basic when you wake up, when you go to bed. Because, you know, if as humans, not only, but physically we like rhythm, not just mentally, but physically our bodies like rhythm. Rhythm is great for good quality sleep, which is great for recovery and is going to increase performance in the gym. But also it helps us get in a rhythm with our training too. You know, if we go to the bed at the same time every day, we know at what times of the day our best performance is going to be, because we found that rhythm. And that is same here. You know, I mentioned the same times every day, habitual and rhythm, and it coincides with sleep. But finding a structure that works for you, and then can come habitual. Sorry, it took me a while to spit that out. But like, if you're getting up at different times every day and going to bed at different times every day, like, you're gonna find it very hard to get in shape. And if that's your goal, not necessarily getting in shape is your goal, but if you enjoy training, like, it starts. You have to take a few steps back and look at your whole, you know what I mean, lifestyle. I, you know, as a coach, take a massive holistic approach. Anyone that's worked with me will know this. I'm interested in your lifestyle. I'm interested in what time you're going to bed. I'm interested in, are you getting enough sleep, your stress at work, and all these things are big players. But getting up at the same time every day and training at the same time every day. And I would recommend training in the morning. It's normally a good way to get ahead. Is be selfish. Use that time as your selfish time to get ahead of everybody else. Get your training done, and then it doesn't matter if, you know, you've got to attend to the kids, you've got work commitments, whatever it is. You've been selfish. Not necessarily. I don't mean being selfish, you know, because like people. It's not being selfish. Looking after yourself in that moment will mean that you're better able to take care of others. So yeah, getting your training out when in the morning would be a good option, but that doesn't have to happen. Just try do things at the same time every day, and then you've got rhythm, and then you know. So when things creep up, you don't always say yes. You go, actually, sorry, I train at 11 a.m. every day, so actually I can't do that. Let me get my training done, then I'll get back to you. And it creates consistency with the lifestyle around you as well. People expect the same from you, so they can predict you, and it just helps you navigate the way through the world, if you like. So then, with finding a structure, find something, and this goes about with also the training and repeated and something heading towards a goal. So this is a whole discussion entirely, but have something that's heading towards a goal, so a structure that's heading towards a goal. Now, it doesn't have to be gym related, it could be anything, it could be a financial goal, it could be a business goal, but have a structure in place that's heading towards it. You know, if we talk about training and you want to squat 100 kilos, then if you're at 60 kilos, you've got a lot of work to do, and you better have a structured program if you think you're going to get there. Don't just show up at the gym every day trying to lift more, because that's not going to happen. You know, and that would probably come into hiring a coach, but that's a separate discussion in itself. But you better have something that's heading towards a goal, so have the goal in mind, then build your structure around that goal. And then I've put here review. And that review, the structure, should be something you do really weekly, you know. Weekly, I mean daily, to be honest, with to-do lists and everything like that, but weekly, checking in, did the structure work? Am I heading towards what I'm doing? And also, don't just after week 1 give up, be patient and committed too, because especially if we're talking a training plan, right? You know, after 2 weeks the training plan's not working, it might not mean the training plan's broken. It might mean that the nutrition, the sleep, everything else could be broken, or it could be working fine, you've just not been patient enough to let it take effect. So be patient and committed. But make sure that things are being reviewed and heading towards the goal. So that's where all the tracking, those elements come in. If you've got obviously we're at home, so it might be a press-up goal. You might want to get to 20 press-ups and you might be at 5, right? Or you might be at 5 knee push-ups and you want to get to 20 body weight. So you need to have a plan in place that's going to get you there. And if you want to be there in 2 weeks, it's not going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? So you need to be realistic with your targets too. And make sure you're reviewing them all the time. So that is it. There's so much important factor to finding structure. It's something that I think everybody should be doing during this period, and it's hence the reason I brought it out at week 1 of 2021, because lots of people have lots of goals, aspirations this year. They don't have a structure to get them there. They have all this anxiety build up of how they're going to achieve what they achieve, and then it all comes tearing down on them and they end up getting nowhere. So have a structure in place that will get you towards your goal, and keep reviewing it and keep fine-tuning it. When I work with my clients, what I do, I design them a program, I design them a nutrition plan, and I say, this is the recipe. Follow this recipe exactly, right? And if they do that and they get results, but let's say they don't get results, right? At least we can then go, this is the recipe, this is what I'm doing, now I can change it. And that goes the same for the structure. If you try and train at 7 a.m. every morning and it doesn't work for your lifestyle, then don't do it. But if you've tried for a week because you thought it was right, and you're PRing every time, you're noticing that you never miss sessions because actually no one bothers you at 7 a.m, you don't get any phone calls, then that system's working, and actually that's going to be long sustaining for the future. So yeah, find a structure, review it, check it's working, and yeah, that's today's Thursday top tip. If you like today's video, please drop any comments of anything else you'd like to see, anything you'd like me to touch on, and until next time, see ya.